President of Visit Mankato.
And I am Eric Harriman, Coordinator of the City Center Partnership.
And I'm Jonathan Sarin of Greater Mankato Grove. And boy, am I glad to be here this evening. I mean, you have no idea. On behalf of all three of our organizations this evening, I want to welcome you to this annual event where we get to honor some of Greater Mankato's most outstanding businesses, organizations, and professionals.
Please continue to enjoy your dinner. Nashua and her team have done an exceptional job. We wish to also thank you tonight's dinner sponsor, which is Brunton Architects and Engineers. And actually tonight, the three of us get to enjoy our desserts because we have enlisted the help of two professional MCs, so there's no amateur hour this year. But we'll get to them in just a second. Also tonight we have our respective board chairs who are going to be coming up here to help hand out awards to tonight's recipients.
But we do have one very important role, and that is to thank this evening's sponsors. Eric already mentioned our dinner sponsor, Brunton Architects and Engineers. We'd like to thank our video sponsor, KEYC News 12, our event sponsors, United Prairie Bank, Voyager Bank, and Wells Fargo Bank, and our fantastic presenting sponsor, Charter Business. Let's show our appreciation with a round of applause.
The theme of this year's Business Awards and Hall of Fame is branching into the future. And the tree or the forest analogy is particularly appropriate this evening. Greater Mankato's richly rooted business environment has created a strong foundation for success from which many businesses have germinated and continue to grow. Tonight we're honoring businesses, organizations, and individuals at various stages in their growth cycle. From the little sapling, just in the beginning stages of its growth, nurtured by a comforting blanket of leaves and needles laid down by those who came before it, to the mighty trees, branching ever upward and onward, creating a rich, diverse environment, an ecosystem of success.
So let me get this straight. Is he trying to say this ecosystem analogy that our YP of the year, Matt Norland, is a sapling?
I don't know, but maybe the mighty trees he's referring to are those in Sibley Park. They are mighty tall, especially if you're trying to hang lights on them, which, if you didn't know, our little sapling here does have some experience with.
Indeed, but I guess, once a biology major, always a biology major.
Well, let me put it to a way that you urban studies grads might better understand. I'm not saying it doesn't take hard work, dedication, and drive, but you have to admit, Greater Mankato is a pretty good place to put down roots and set to grow with the nourishment needed for success.
And speaking of nourishment, I do believe there's a dessert over there with my name on it.
All right, well, let's get to it then. I am honored to present this year's hosts for the evening from KMSU, Jim Gullickson, and from KEYC News 12, Greater Mankato's favorite boomerang, Lisa County.
Oh, it's good to see Jonathan here tonight, but did Anna just call me a boomerang?
I believe she did. And that would be because you spent some time away from Mankato. You were here, you went away, now you're back.
Yeah, that does describe me then, I guess, a boomerang. The first time I lived here was the first time I met you. We worked together in morning radio. That was quite a few years ago. Let's see, we were so young in our 20s. No. Let's just say it was a long time ago. But it's good to be back.
Our 20s maybe? No, I don't think I was ever in my 20s. But, when Lisa first started in this marketplace, we worked together actually at KYSM, KXLP. Lisa was our news director, and then she went to television because she has a face for television. I'm still in radio. So, there you have it. And John Serio and I used to actually try and fluster Lisa, and we couldn't. She actually would actually make us look silly. And
not hard to do.
Not hard to do. Thank you. Anyway, so you're back here in Mankato,
and we are delighted to have you here, and thank you for co-hosting with me.
Well, thank you for joining me at the podium tonight.
Absolutely. So what we have to do is kind of mosey into our show tonight. So if you would please do the honors.
Right, please stop talking, so let's get down to business here. Well, tonight in this room are many of the folks, many of the reasons why my family and I chose to boomerang back to Mankato. And tonight we're going to honor many of you here.
And I am sorry, I have to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't want to do this.
You didn't last long.
Thank you. We want to get to the awards. There's a little bit of logistical stuff that we have to do, though. And after you, recipients, after you receive your award and you make your remarks, please head over to the side of the stage to my left, which is your right. And then you can have quality 1-hour photo, take your photo. And they'll also be available after the program to take photos of your groups. So if you have a group, please head over that way.
Well, we'll begin the program tonight with the awards presented by the City Center Partnership, which focuses on the vitality of this very important area of our community. And here to present the City Center Partnership's City Design Award is Board Chair Stacy Straka.
The City Center Partnership's mission is to uphold a vibrant city center by serving as a catalyst to attract customers, employees, and residents. And the importance of well-designed downtown spaces in supporting that mission cannot be understated. In order for downtowns to flourish, they must connect people to places or risk deterring the customers, employees, and residents you all work to attract. Whether it's a quintessential Main Street town or a bustling central business district, great places are the sum of individual spaces. In each of our personal travels, we experience how other cities use design to connect those individual shops, parks, businesses, or visitor destinations into a unique and memorable experience. So regardless if it's indoors or out, or if it's public or private, an urban design which connects people to place is an important aspect of downtown vibrancy. For this reason, the City Design Awards were established to acknowledge those who make outstanding private sector contributions to city center spaces. One such contribution comes from this year's recipient of the City Design Award of Excellence. This is Chops Bar, which is owned by Tom and Amanda Dorr. So please welcome to the stage co-owner Amanda Dorr. In undertaking this remodel and rebranding of Chops Bar, Tom and Amanda recognize the growing diversity in city center visitors and the need to appeal to the broader audience. The remodel aimed at creating an edgy yet welcoming space for those attending city center events, for the many college students, or for those simply wishing to gather with friends or co-workers. With its industrial and urban flavor, Chops Bar has proven its commitment to excellence in design. For all the investments made to enhance the city center, and especially to Chops Bar, we extend our thanks.
And now let's move from a great design award to a great public art reward. Each May for the past 3 years, the City Center Partnership has installed the Walking Sculpture Tour, an initiative that uses city art to both improve the aesthetics and to increase visitor traffic in the city center. To date, the various city art initiatives have garnered some impressive results, adding 140 combined years of printed or painted art to utility boxes, retaining 9 sculptures in the community's permanent public art collection, and displaying over $1.1 million worth of rotating public art on city center sidewalks. This represents an impressive commitment to maintain quality public art and is directly supported by the business community, many of whom are in this room tonight. Your support makes these enhancements a reality, and every year, your investment in City Art rewards the community with the permanent installation of the People's Choice sculpture. That is why it's my privilege tonight to reveal the 2013 People's Choice Award. And it goes to, drum roll please, Saturday Distractions by Lee Looning and Sherry Treby of South Dakota. This sculpture features a young, lanky, active boy lost in the wonder of his book, with his dog adding an extra level of life, humor, and interaction to an otherwise static activity. This sculpture, a gift made possible from the numerous business and community sponsors, will be permanently installed next year in the city center.
All right. Thank you, City Center Partnership. Next, we have awards from Visit Mankato, formerly the Greater Mankato Convention and Visitors Bureau. Visit Mankato changed their name to reflect their focus of marketing Greater Mankato as a destination. Please welcome to the stage to present the Visit Mankato Awards the recipients, Visit Mankato Board Chair, Joe Bailey.
Now, the first award we're going to present this evening is the Bring It Home Award, which honors a group or individual who has helped bring a significant event to Greater Mankato. This year's recipient, the Kiwanis Holiday Lights, has been responsible for delighting an estimated 100,000 locals and visitors alike with more than 1 million twinkling lights in Sibley Park during the 2012 holiday season. In addition to the dazzling light display, Santa, and live reindeer, this event invited its guests to help nonprofits in the community, which resulted in more than 13 tons of food for area food shelves and $36,000 in cash donations. Combining an irresistible seasonal attraction with a feel-good component is just what the community ordered. Better yet, with the Candy Cane Lane and newly added synthetic ice skating rink, this event continues to foster the new tourism brand of an active community that is indeed playing all year round. The potential for this volunteer-run event to give back to the community for years to come is immense, and that is why they are being recognized as this year's Bring It Home Award recipients. Please welcome to the stage now a few of the key volunteers behind this wonderful event: Scott Wojcik, Kyle Morozic, Joe Meidel, and Justin Mathis.
They tell us we have limited time. Do you know me? Okay, get that music ready, Gully. First off, thanks to the nominating committee for selecting Kiwanis Holiday Lights for this award, and congratulations to all the recipients out there. The idea of this project, Kiwanis Holiday Lights, started with our president, Scott Wojcik. The idea would not only help promote Kiwanis, our service club as a whole, but also involve so many other businesses and nonprofits from the Greater Mankato area, was a key part of the concept. The preliminary planning started in the spring of 2011 for an event that went live the end of November of 2012. To many people, this brought back fond memories from Mary's Circle and North Broad Street, and you'll recognize some of those displays in the park. Key to that was the City of Mankato and North Mankato supporting this idea. The official press conference happened in June of 2012 in front of about 100 people, and it was about 100 degrees that day when we were announcing this great holiday event. The key partners in that event who made this possible, and I think some of them are here, are members of the Mankato Area Foundation and CHS, our naming sponsors, and a big round of applause to them for making this possible. We knew Sibley Park in the Greater Mankato area would be a great fit for Kiwanis Holiday Lights due to past events as well as a regional draw for shopping and entertainment over the holidays. One of the cool numbers personally that we saw in the last week, just the last week, is that we saw 21 different states represented on license plates going through Sibley Park, not to mention Canada. I guess Alaska raised a question for us, but somebody from Alaska must have gone on our website and saw how cool it Sibley Park looked. With that, I think I've taken up my time. I'll turn it over to our very own Clark Griswold, Scott Wojcik.
About all the volunteers that we have out there, and it takes a lot to do that park. We had over 10,000 man hours that it took to put that park together, so that is very impressive for the amount of volunteers that we have out there doing their job and making ours a lot easier. It cannot be done with the support of all the nonprofits and the businesses that we have to come out there, set up the displays, string the lights around those trees, and to get up in a 60-foot tall boom truck at the top of those trees, which I'm always ready to do that. Kyle, not so much. He's afraid of heights. But if anybody out there wants to experience that 60-foot boom truck, we're more than welcome to have you down there. I would also like to thank our Kiwanis Holiday Lights Board, because without these individuals, their leadership, I obviously being the president of it, these people are the ones that support me and make this event happen. So I'd like these people to stand up as well. Matt Norland, Jackie Lageson, Shannon Gullickson, Tom Reckstein, Chris Rowe. A special thank you to Kyle, to Justin, to Joe, and also to Myra Nerstead, who couldn't be here tonight, and also Eric Olson, who was a part of our board last year and is now stepped down. But Eric, a lot of things couldn't have gotten done last year without you, so we really appreciate that. And lastly, I want to thank the spouses of the board. Maybe later. But without our spouses behind us, backing us, they really are the ones who put in, the dedication and the time to make sure that it's okay for us to go down to that park, to take care of the kids, to make sure everything is going on at home. And without our spouses, that really couldn't happen. And I really appreciate all the support we have from them. With that said, keep it on the calendar, folks. 10 days from now, we flip those lights on after the parade, and you're going to be very impressed with what we've done with that park this year. Thank you.
Well, I don't know how I can top that. Thank you, gentlemen, for bringing us the new tradition of the Kiwanis Holiday Lights. Our next award is one that we are pleased to present. It is the Hospitality Award. This award recognizes an individual, group, or organization that has helped promote Greater Mankato as a great destination to visit. The Vetterstone Amphitheater has been transforming into a solid visitor destination since 2009. There's no doubt the musical acts that have performed on that stage, from music legends to up-and-coming entertainers, have elevated the arts and culture scene in our community. We believe we have only gotten a taste of this venue's potential for concerts and festivals. Improvements continue to be made, and larger events are expected in the future. The well-designed stage, beautiful setting, and outstanding performances are not the only reason this venue has been listed as one of the Star Tribune's top 10 outdoor music venues close to the Twin Cities. It also takes a talented crew that is dedicated and knows how to put on a good show for the people. We can thank the collaboration between the City of Mankato, Vetterstone, and the Verizon Wireless Civic Center for making this a thriving arts venue for our region. We thank you for your vision and hard work. Accepting the Hospitality Award are Bert Lyman, Howard Vetter, and Eric Anderson, our mayor.
I'm just going to make a couple of comments here, and then I'm going to hand it over to the mayor, and then the closer, Howard Vetter, is going to bring it on home. A number of years ago, the City of Mankato Council had to make a decision whether to invest in Riverfront Park. There was uncertainty, no guarantees, and risk. And as we all know in this room, without risk, there's no reward. The council had courage, and here we are. When I was first introduced to the concept of the park at the park with Pat Henches, we had two different visions. I saw a blighted piece of land along the river, and he saw a park, an amphitheater, and a stage. And without his efforts, we may not have this great amenity. So, if you like the park, stay tuned. Thank you, Vincent Mankato, GMG, and the Mankato City Council. I give it to you.
Thank you, Bert. Good evening, everyone. I think Bert touched a lot on, on the background that got us to where we're at today. It was highlighted a little earlier by Jim. I think one of the things that we need to kind of recognize once in a while is there's a lot of moving parts that make things happen. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the staff of the Civic Center. Would you folks stand up or raise your hand? Stand up. who are charged with a number of different things, and I think Bert mentioned it, and so did Jim, that the park it's not in its infancy, but I think there's brighter days ahead for it. It has been outlined and recognized by the Star Tribune, and probably perhaps more importantly by local people, to be a very unique setting for a lot of things. When I go down there, talk about the blight aspect of it before, the first thing that catches my eyes is that beautiful stone. Now, when you go around Mankato, there's no shortage of locally born stone, and we've seen it imprinted all over. It's part of our fabric. It's not every day you get to sit on it. It's not every day you get to be surrounded by it. And that, Howard and Ron, was the coup de grace, if you will. It really brings together a venue that it's inviting, it's aesthetically pleasing, and it fits in with who we are. And so it is indeed a pleasure to come be up here and to thank you and recognize you, and Pat and others in the past that were instrumental in this, but certainly your contribution brought this all together, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In my 51 years or 59 years at Vetterstone, I think the amphitheater is just one of our neatest projects that we've ever been involved with. It was a pleasure working with the committee, city officials, the staff, especially Pat Henches and Bert Lyman, in developing the project. This area has provided a great way of life for our family for generations, and this was a great opportunity for us to return the favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Bert, Howard, and Eric. It's now time for the Greater Mankato Growth Awards, and as always, this year's recipients were nominated and then voted on by non-GMG staff, but by a panel of past award recipients. This panel took their job very seriously, vigorously combing through and deliberating on the nominations to decide this year's deserving recipients. Now, please welcome to the stage to present the awards for this year's recipients, the chair of the Greater Mankato Growth Board, Julia Ketchum-Corbett.
Our first Greater Mankato Growth Award is for Young Professional of the Year, which recognizes an individual between the ages of 21 and 39, oh boy, I passed that a long time ago, who has made an outstanding contribution to the Greater Mankato community in the past year. Well, at 31, this year's recipient, Matt Norland, has certainly made a positive difference. Originally from Mankato, Matt went to high school and college here. As a certified financial planner, Matt joined Meyer Financial Group in 2006 and then opened his own investment office, Investors Financial Group LLC, in 2012. Matt is active in a variety of community organizations, including Twin Rivers Council for the Arts, Leave a Legacy, Mankato,
Greater Mankato Growth, Greater Mankato Young Professionals, the CATA Mending Project, and Mankato Downtown Kiwanis Club, where he is the president-elect and, of course, participates in Kiwanis Holiday Lights. Matt has also served as a volunteer for the Salvation Army, Backpack Food Program, Habitat for Humanity, Adopt a Highway, Special Olympics, Kids Against Hunger, The Reach, Mankato Marathon, the Miracle League, capital campaigns for the YMCA and Greater Mankato Area United Way, and more. Amongst all this, Matt still finds time to volunteer, play piano, and usher at Christ the King Lutheran Church. Please welcome a man who makes me very tired just reading this list, Matt Norland.
Well, this is a very nice, surprising, and humbling honor. I'm very proud to say I grew up here in Mankato. I'm a proud graduate of Mankato East High School, proud graduate of MSU Mankato, and now I'm a young professional and an active stakeholder here in many different areas in our community. Common theme in my life and part of my personal value system, common theme is helping someone else. And I'm fortunate that I found out early on that I really appreciate a day where I made a positive difference and helping someone else. And I get to do that in my professional work as a financial advisor and in the volunteer work that I provide when I'm giving back to the community. And I think that is so important to remember to give back, because it's fairly simple, but when you give back, you're helping someone else, and it can make a big difference in your life and the lives of others. So I'd like to thank the selection committee. I'd like to thank my parents, Dick and Chris Norland. Continue to thank you for the rest of my life for all that you've taught me. I'd like to thank my business mentor, Rod Meyer. Rod, I'm looking forward to continuing to build a business based upon honesty and integrity with our clients for many years to come. And thank you to many of you who I look up to as mentors. You are the business leaders today who are making a positive difference. And you're setting an example for the young professionals who will become the leaders tomorrow. Again, I'm very humbled by this honor. Thank you very much.
Our next award, named for community leader Hap Halligan, recognizes an individual whose participation in the Greater Mankato Leadership Institute has helped provide an impetus for contributions to our community. The recipient of this year's Hap Halligan Leadership Award, Kate Logging, was actually the recipient of the Young Professional of the Year honor in 2008, and since then, she hasn't slowed down. To know Kate is to be amazed by her constant energy and generous giving spirit. As the National Tax Office Marketing Manager for Eide Bailey, she promotes key tax consulting areas for 22 offices in 10 states. Kate also serves as the board chair of the YWCA, is a member of Zonta, and is on the Greater Mankato Growth Cavaliers. She bikes. She's an avid runner, serving as a Mankato Marathon road runner. And speaking of running, Kate and her husband John have a 3-year-old daughter. Oh yeah, and she's only one dissertation away from receiving her doctorate. When asked what leadership means to her, she said, taking a chance and continuously putting yourself in situations where you and others have the chance to learn, be challenged, and to make a positive impact on the lives of others. And she, as we all know, has certainly done that. Please welcome to the stage, Kate Logging.
Wow, thank you. Wow, I think the best part about being honored with a recognition like this is you really have the opportunity to thank the people that support you along the way, have encouraged you, have really taken a chance on you, and have encouraged you to be better. And for those people, that's my incredibly supportive family, none of which are close to home. or at least close to Mankato, which is home for us now. But my patient and understanding husband, who lets me just drop our 3-year-old off with him and say, I'm out of here, got another meeting. My talented coworkers, they took a chance on me 6 years ago and said, we would love for you to come and work for Ide Bailey. And I haven't looked back ever since. It's been fabulous, so thank you, Joe. I also think the YWCA took a chance on me having a young woman become their board chair and saying, you know what, we believe in you and what you can do and the idea of this organization, and I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity that they've given me. So thank you, YWCA, I believe you're back there. The other piece that mentors are also very important, and Matt mentioned that. The other piece that I wanted to mention, and when I look out in this room today, I see a lot of people who are incredibly engaged in our community and participating, whether you're serving on a board or whether we've served on a committee or you've planned Kiwanis Holiday Lights or whatever it might be. I would bet that if you volunteer in any way in this community, at least 50% of this room would stand up, possibly more, 75%. And for me, what that illustrates is really the engagement that this community has, and that together, we're the people that make a difference and make this the place that we want to stay and grow and live and build a family. And so I thank you, I'm honored, and I'm incredibly grateful. So thank you very much.
Well, congratulations to Kate. And our next award that we're presenting is named for community leader Brian Fazio, who stressed the economic importance of partnerships between business and education. This year's Brian Fazio Business Education Award goes to Mankato Area Public Schools and 3 area businesses for partnering in a program called Class to Career. Class to Career began as a proposal developed in the fall of 2010 by a task force of community and school district members. The primary focus of the proposal was the critical role career planning and readiness play in students' future career success. In order to identify how best to support these students, the task force looked at demographic data and jobs forecasts, as well as research on successful programs. As a result, a web-based career exploration and planning program called Naviance was selected. The funding that makes Naviance available to all 7th through 12th grade students in the Mankato Area Public Schools comes from 3 businesses: Bolton and Mink, Ecumen Pathstone Living, and the Throw Company. In addition to funding Naviance, each year all 3 businesses participate in the Greater Mankato Career Expo. 8th grade career tours, as well as curriculum advisory boards. And the Throw Company also hosts students for the clinical portion of the district's Certified Nursing Assistant program each year. Please welcome to the stage to accept this year's award, Mondi Schwartz from Mankato Area Public Schools, Dan Sarf from Bolton and Mink, Jennifer Pfeffer from Ecumen Pathstone Living, and Susan Kratzke from the Throw Company.
Good evening. I get to speak on behalf of the group. I got the short straw. So, but I want to thank GMG for recognizing and for supporting the Class to Career program, and more specifically the funding and use of Naviance. And Naviance is really a wonderful tool that we've been glad to use with our students over the past 2 or 3 years. And like I said, it's a web-based career and college planning tool that really has 4 components. It's got a success planner, college planner, course planner, and career planner. And essentially what it does is it helps students to identify their interests, skills, and abilities, and then use that information to make purposeful decisions about courses they may want to take while they're still in high school, eventual college types of post-secondary decisions, and then career decisions as well. The use of Naviance really provides an even more talented workforce, we feel, for the greater Mankato area, and has several benefits that include things like personalizing learning. And we know that when learning is more personalized, it leads to an increased relevance that motivates students to stay engaged and stay in school. It really raises awareness of post-secondary requirements for students so that they avoid wasting time and money on maybe courses that don't apply to what they need to have for their major, or on remedial courses. It also helps families identify the barriers that might impede future success and give them an opportunity to remove those barriers in a timely manner. And really, that's one of the things we look forward to most this year. We're expanding the use of Naviance, and we really are excited to bring families more into the loop than they ever have been before. And we're going to be using something called Family Connection, and it really engages parents in the course planning process and involves them as an active partner. So for those of you who have students who will be registering for senior high classes this coming year, and I see a lot of you as I'm looking out here as well, you can look forward to that. It's something that we will hopefully be able to do to support you as you support your students in making some good decisions. And then we also are, the benefits are using Naviance to really help facilitate that student-parent-teacher relationship and create the synergy that allows us to leverage the resources of all of our stakeholders on behalf of some of our most precious resources, and that would be our students. Thanks to the Throw Company, Bolton and Mink, and Ecumen Pastone Living, we've steadily increased the number of 7th through 12th grade students in the Mankato area public schools who've been using Naviance. In the 2010-11 school year, there were 485 students on Naviance at East High School. It was made available to us through a grant through the Office of Higher Education, a college access grant. Due to the funding of these three businesses and the people standing in front of you, we increased that number in the 2011 school year to 3,041 students who are now using Naviance. And this last year, around 3,000, all of our 7th through 12th grade students essentially are using the program. Last year, that accounted for 9,377 visits to Naviance. We had 1,207 prospective college applications tracked on the system, and about 1,600 of our school staff used the system to submit letters of recommendation for students who are preparing for other steps eventually after their secondary experience with us. So thanks again to Greater Mankato Growth and to you, the Greater Mankato community, for your recognition of our work and for the multiple ways you support our career and college readiness efforts.
Our next award celebrates entrepreneurism in Greater Mankato by recognizing a business that is 3 years old or less. This year's Entrepreneurial Business Award recipient is Olson and Hobby Architects. The founders of the firm, Eric Olson and Dennis Hobby, were good friends at North Dakota State and then worked together in Greater Mankato for about 10 years, leading multi-million-dollar projects and becoming managing principals at their firms. In fall of 2010, Eric and Dennis decided to start their own firm, Olson and Hobby Architects, providing a wide array of architecture, planning, and design services. And when they started, they had one client, Minnesota State University, Mankato. That one high-profile client is all that they needed. With projects on the campus, the two decided that the best location for their office would be a few blocks away above the new Jake Stadium Pizza, which they had previously designed. In early 2011, they were commissioned to design a $5 million church in Iowa, and since then, their team has completed numerous projects for MSU Mankato and churches around Minnesota and Iowa. Recent projects have included Vine's repurposing of the Nichols Building, the replacement of the pavilion at Minnesota Square Park in St. Peter, and the St. Peter Area Veterans Memorial. Their mission is to be trusted, collaborative partner in creating dynamic, inspiring environments through experienced dedication that brings value and integrity to everything they do. And that's just one of the reasons Olson and Hobby is this year's Entrepreneur of the Year. Please welcome to the stage now, Eric Olson and Dennis Hobby.
Thank you. Again, short straw. So, what an honor it is to be given this award tonight. Congratulations to all the other award recipients. It's a privilege to be part of the inductees this year. Entrepreneurship, it's a big word. It's a word that we talked about in junior achievement. I was one of those junior achievement third grade volunteers for our city. And it was interesting, every time I'd go to the board, I'd have to have a little cheat sheet just to spell it. And what was really fun is explaining to these third graders that an entrepreneur is someone who takes a risk on a new business or venture. But when Dennis and I took this risk in 2010, just 3 short years ago, we looked at each other and we thought, well, we can do this. What's the risk? And we've done this before. But there were other people who had questions, our wives. They had questions like, when do you think you're going to get paid? What kind of clients do you have? And how many people do you need? And when do you think you're going to get paid? So, we started off great, and it was a perfect beginning to a great business. And I had a great friend to do this with. And also, one of the things that Lisa mentioned is this: our mission is being a trusted collaborative partner. And that trust is really something that we base our firm on. And we're very humbled and fortunate to be here tonight. So I'd like to thank, I guess, first God for blessing us and giving us a team that gives us the ability to serve Him and to serve others in this community. Thank Greater Mankato Growth for the ability to give us this honor. We'd also like to thank our dedicated clients out there who gave us the opportunity to be that collaborative, trusted partner. And we'd also like, they're going to watch this, thank my parents, and our parents. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving us the encouragement to go in this crazy profession. And also like to thank our families, my wife Connie, my son Carter and Caden, and then Dennis's wife Tanya over there, and his sons Alex and Noah. And also we'd like to thank our dedicated design team, Eric Sano and Jessica Bergolini. They're very great people, and we're happy that they moved all the way to Mankato to take a chance on us. And so would the OHA table please stand? I told you I was going to do this, so please, thank you guys. Thank you all for giving us this award. God bless you.
Thank you, guys. Well, it's now time to present the Distinguished Business Award, which recognizes a business 3 to 10 years old that is notable because of its growth and contributions. This year's recipient is Jones and Magnus Attorneys at Law. The firm was founded by Stacy Edwards Jones and Ryan Magnus, who met in 2000 when they worked together at Mashka, Reedy & Reese. After both going to other firms, Stacy started her own practice in 2005, and Ryan joined practices with her in 2008. Ryan's expertise is in litigation, while Stacy focuses on corporate and estate planning, which makes for a good combination. When business clients have a litigation issue, they're able to stay in-house at Jones and Magnus. In 2009, they acquired the Cato Tool Building and remodeled it for their practice. Since its beginning 5 years ago, the firm has grown from 2 attorneys and 2 staff to 5 full-time attorneys, 1 counsel attorney, and 10 staff members. Today, they offer a full array of legal services and say the secret to their success is all about the strong relationships they have built with clients, staff, and the community. Jones and Magnus attorneys and staff members volunteer for many community organizations and events, including organizing a volleyball tournament with proceeds benefiting the Habitat for Humanity Restore. As Jones and Magnus has grown, so have their contributions to the marketplace. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Stacy Jones and Ryan Magnus.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the other award recipients. It's an honor to share the evening with such great company. When I learned we had won the Most Distinguished Business Award, my first thought was, there has to be some kind of mistake. Ryan and I are way too young to be distinguished. But then Shelley asked for pictures of us from the beginning, and I looked at them. Ryan actually had hair, and I was wrinkle-free. And then I reflected on it, and it has been a long time and a long road. The journey has been fun and continues to both challenge us and fulfill us along the way. Of course, we didn't get here today without a lot of help from our friends and colleagues and family. So I'd like to take this time to thank them. First, thank you to our families and our friends for putting up with our crazy hours and our crazy ideas. We created our own firm to have the flexibility to be with them more, even though sometimes that balance seems very hard to achieve. It's a constant give and take, and we thank them for allowing us to help our clients at a moment's notice. I think the phone might be ringing right now. Now I'd like to recognize our staff. Would our staff please stand, Jones and Magnus over there? To steal material from Dane Fisher from last year, they are awesome and have helped create our awesomeness. We appreciate the sacrifices they make, and while we are demanding of them, we also acknowledge their families and accommodate their needs as much as possible. We've all grown together in a short amount of time, going from 4 employees to 15 in the last 5 years. So we've become kind of like a little family. We could not be where we are without their shared dedication and hard work. Thank you to our staff. We have received a lot of support from a lot of local businesses. Banks have loaned us money. People have been our clients for us. So the outpouring of support from community business is something that I think is so unique to Mankato. Other businesses are generally interested in seeing us succeed and have helped us on the business side. Mankato is a great place to grow a business because of the people in the business community. And lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize my partner, Ryan. He's always pushing me with a new concept or idea. Some I love, some not so much. I am lucky that early on in our partnership, he did realize that I am always right. So with that, I will give Ryan the last 30 seconds of our allotted time.
I will have to say that I did recognize that Stacy was always right, and the interesting thing about that is that recognizing that Stacy was right resulted in us in working with the Cato 2 building and ending up with a parking lot that didn't have any stairs, but the wonderful thing about that is that nobody could park in it. And then we ended up having to get a parking lot with stairs, which was an expensive, you were right, Stacy, good job. So thanks for that, Stacy, you're right. But in all seriousness, it is really a distinct honor for us to be recognized here tonight, and it's a little bit difficult for us as attorneys. It's strange to talk about ourselves, but it did give us an opportunity to kind of look back and say, how do we get here? And who has been a strong supporter of us to get to this point. And when Stacy and I began working together, we really wanted to be a place where people could fulfill themselves and to be the location where you can come here and you can be your best and we will help you be there. And there's a really great tie-in from that to Mankato as a whole. We were all alone. We didn't know anyone, and Mankato embraced us. And you brought us in, and you really took us and helped us become who we are. And we want to do that for our staff as well and give back to the community. Our staff and our attorneys, I mean, when you talk about a Distinguished Business Award and you have 2 people whose names are on the door, it's not just us. And I really want to stress that we have so much help with all the folks who are with us. And our attorneys and our staff people work on a number of boards, and I'm just going to name off a few of the organizations that they work with. Kiwanis, Rotary, Legal Legacy, Yellow Ribbon Suicide, Habitat for Humanity, Red Cross, Crystal Waters Project, and Minnesota River Builders Association, among others. We couldn't do any of the things that we do without everybody else with us, and we are truly grateful for their dedication and hard work. It's quite interesting for us to be in this position, and we had a chance to kind of look back and say, who are we? And we at Jones & Magnus, we have created a motto for ourselves that we hope embraces who we are and what we mean to do and who we mean to give back to. And our motto is building lifelong relationships through honest advice and effective solutions. Now, this may come as a surprise to you, but especially coming from the mouth of an attorney, but financial gain is not our primary goal. We believe that if we are honest with our relationships with individuals, be they clients or opposing parties or people that we meet on the street, that'll come back, and that by being effective in the things that we do and honest in our relationships, that financial gain will come. And we really appreciate that opportunity that Mankato has given this to us. So Stacy and I thank you, members of the Mankato business community, for this Distinguished Business Award. And we hope to maintain who we are in the future so that you can look back in 10 or 15 or 20 years and see the 2013 Distinguished Business Award and see that it was Jones & Magnus that was given this award and say, you know what, we were right. That was the right business to give this award to. And so we thank you.
And now for the highest honor of the evening, our inductions into the Greater Mankato Business Hall of Fame. If you look on the back of your program, you'll see the impressive list of past Hall of Fame inductees, and tonight 2 more will join them. Both of these companies personify growth in Greater Mankato. The first is a company we're going to honor tonight, and it's Drummer Companies. When they started out with garden center in a parking lot that's now Snell Motors, little did we know that they'd be growing more than just plants. Let's learn more about Drummer Companies from this video created by KUIC News 12.
From the beginning to today, Drummer Companies' business has been growing. What is now known as Drummer Companies started in 1988, when Mike Drummer, who at the time was substitute teaching, decided to put his knowledge of horticulture to use by starting a small landscape company. In 1989, Mike married Julie Kurkowski, and the next year the pair decided to open a temporary garden center on the former Menards parking lot off Madison Avenue.
The idea was to provide product for Mike's landscaping projects, and I needed a job at the time, and I thought that would be a good way to use my college education and work the retail end of the garden center.
As the landscaping business grew, the drummers began to purchase larger equipment, which enabled them to do larger excavation jobs. In 1993, Mike, along with his brother Harold, formed a partnership known as Drummer Construction and began excavating hog pits, digging basements, and designing and installing septic systems. With Mike busy with excavating and land development, and Julie growing the garden center business, the need for a more permanent location and building grew as well.
With the activity that we had at the previous garden center over at the Snell Car Wash site right now, we knew that we were wanting to expand beyond that. And we knew also that our traffic draw was Menards. And when Menards made the decision to leave its location and move to its new location out on what's now North Victory Drive, we searched for a piece of land, and through a friend we got a tip that a piece was for sale, and we kind of did a leap of faith with a build it and they will come attitude. So we purchased 35 acres of land out here, and we put the garden center on 5.4 acres of it, and developed the rest of it into a business and retail space.
In 2002, the drummers entered the rental housing market by developing the site and building Stadium Heights apartment complex. 3 brothers and a brother-in-law partnered with Mike to help build and supervise the project. From the experience gained at Stadium Heights, another partnership was formed. Mike, along with his brother Dave Drummer and brother-in-law Dan Norrie, formed Heartland Homes of Mankato.
Well, Heartland Homes started back in 2004, and it was kind of a little bit of a spin-off from some apartments that we were building up in Stadium Heights. And after we were done with those, we decided that we were going to start building homes as well. The first year we started off with 5 houses in our plans, and just took off from there.
Drummer Companies has developed as well as partnered in several regional projects. The key to Mike and Julie's success is that they haven't been afraid to take and assume calculated risks on their business ventures. Both Mike and Julie enjoy the changes from season to season at Drummer's Garden Center, as well as the properties they purchase for development purposes. Mike and Julie recognize that employees are a large part of their success and feel fortunate to have brought together a group of individuals who take pride in what they do.
It's been fun, kind of watching everything, and it's been a great opportunity for me to, see just starting out, as the office girl and moving up into getting to know a little bit more about development and now handling property management and doing the real estate side of things for Drummer Companies.
Also key to their success is their willingness to diversify.
We diversified into other areas. The garden center was first, then the construction company. Construction company rolled into the development company. The development company branched off and started doing residential housing via Heartland Homes. Stadium Heights apartment building is a diversification in the student housing market. The commercial sector, we've built retail strip malls, we've built office space. So we've done a lot of different things.
Drummer Companies supports various nonprofit organizations within the community.
We do a lot of goods and services donations through silent auctions, school fundraisers, things like that. We feel it's very important to give back to the community that has supported us for so many years.
For growing not just one, but many businesses and our community in the process, Drummer Companies is being inducted into the Greater Mankato Business Hall of Fame.
Now please welcome to the stage Julie and Mike Drummer.
Well, thank you very much for this honor. We're very appreciative of it. On stage with us is our part of our team that makes this all work. And the really neat thing about our company and the development of our companies has been that we've been able to do it with our friends and family as our business partners. On stage with me is my sister Mary. One of the largest projects that we've ever done was the student housing that's now the dorm or the residential life hall for Mankato State that we leased back to them. Mary has managed that from day one. We built the thing, Dave and Dan and I built the thing, and we flipped her the keys and said take care of it, and she's done that. So through her support and the support of family, we've been able to manage that project without looking back. Our business life has taken on several turns. Some of the key turns that it took was in the early 2000s, Dave was working as an accountant up in the cities for a school district, and he came to me and said he's had enough of the suit and tie thing. I totally understand why. In case those that know me, I am Mike Drummer. I usually have a baseball cap and a hoodie on, so if you don't recognize me, this is the reason why. But Dave came and said, it's time for me to make a change. Let's do this. And, it was a very quick, easy decision. Dave came on, and that turning point in our careers was that he's taken care of all the financial end of it. We've flipped him the keys to that, and because of Dave, we've been able to grow and grow and grow and grow to, I believe you told me, approximately 30 different businesses. At this point, a short time later, my brother-in-law, again, sticking with the family theme, was working at the hospital, and he came up and seen these apartment buildings that we were doing, and he said, hey, this is pretty neat, I can't believe you guys are doing this. And I said, hey, you want a job? And Dan took over all of our maintenance stuff, and through that, Heartland Homes was born, which is now a leader in the Mankato area in home building. So, again, the family backing and the theme here has been family, family, family. My brother Jim is up here. Jim started working for me when he was 15 years old. And that was a long time ago already. Jim runs the construction company, mostly excavating and the dozing, and again, just another form the business that we've had. We've run our businesses on synergy. We work together, we turn the dirt, we build on the dirt, and part of what I did to prepare for this tonight was ask people if you could describe what we do in one word. If you could describe us in one word, what would that be? I believe one of the words that we can't repeat one of the words. One of the words that we were given was loud. That would be Jim. We are a very loud family. We have our differences and we express them and then we get over it. One of the other words that came about was we're ambitious. Well, that's true. We are ambitious people. The two words that I came up with, because I couldn't think of one word, was hardworking. And to a T, everyone up here and everyone in our companies are very hard workers. We appreciate that. We look forward to work every day. And that's the word that probably sticks out the most, is fun. We talk about it all the time in our meetings, and we don't like to do projects unless they're fun. We don't like to do things unless the people that we're working with are having a good time. It's not just about the work, it's about having fun when we do it. I get up every morning out of bed and I look forward to going into work. I go into work and I get to work with my family and my friends. The people that work with us become our friends. Krista started out at the garden center and she's now our office manager / real estate person and a good friend of all of ours. We look forward to going in and having those chats every day. Julie goes into work and some of her friends / employees are here. They do things together, they have a good time, we look forward to the challenges, but it's always about fun. I learned this from actually one of my first jobs. I was a hog farmer. The hog farmer I would work for would come out, I worked for him for 6 years, he'd come out every single day and he would sing in the hog barns, and it's like, what are you doing? I mean, it stinks in here, we're pitching, and you're singing. And Mark Cruz is his name, and you know, after working with him for 6 years, it wears off on you. It's like, well, you can have fun at work too. I mean, they always say that, you know, you either work, how's that saying go, you either I see, Julie just won the bet. She said I couldn't do this off the cuff, that I need to know. You just won the bet. Damn it. That's something about us too, is we're very competitive, so I hate to lose. But, you know, that's my point, is that we have fun with it. We love to see things develop and grow, you know. I had some things that I was going to say, but you guys keep stealing my speeches. This whole tree thing was excellent. I mean, you're putting a garden center in and you talk about trees all night. It just doesn't get any better than that. But I'd be remiss if we didn't thank our wonderful employees. They're dedicated, they're loyal. We have a company motto too, and our company motto is, the answer is yes, what's the question? They are the epitome of that. They go above and beyond, so there wasn't enough tables for all the employees, but for you guys that did come, thank you very much for all your hard work and dedication. We too love the fact that we're in Mankato. Mankato is a fantastic, unbelievable city. We all grew up in Mankato. We all went to Mankato schools or St. Clair. But Julie and I had the opportunity to take this show on the road, this garden center, go to other cities and do it, and we just made the decision, no, we want to stay in Mankato. You used to have a saying when you were called the Chamber that it was make it Mankato, and we've lived that saying. We've tried, and everything we've done has been in Mankato, for Mankato, because of Mankato. So we thank our loyal subs, our loyal customers, everyone that's helped us grow and take this journey. When you told us we were going in the Hall of Fame, we actually felt old. That's like something you do at the end of someone's career. This isn't the end of the career. Mankato right now is so primed for an explosion again. The new plastics plant, the new MRCI building, the new children's clinic out there, the new Walmart distribution center, the new this, the new fire hall, it is a great time to be in Mankato. I went to Mankato State also, when it was Mankato State. It was fun to have friends come back and say, I'm coming back to Mankato. I know, brevity, right? I used to have friends that would come back and say, God, I can't believe how Mankato's changed. I can't believe how Mankato's changed. What I can't wait for is to see 5 years from now how Mankato has changed. It's primed and ready to take off. The jobs that it's creating out there is unbelievable. You know, I don't always agree, and I've seen some city people here. I don't always agree with what the city does, but I've learned through my career as a developer that I have a role. My role is to follow their pattern. And the city of Mankato is very lucky to have the visionaries and the leaders that they have. When I started, the city council was fantastic. The city council is fantastic now. I didn't agree that they put a park in an old junkyard down along the river, but I was wrong. I didn't agree that they put an industrial center out on County Road 3 and a bunch of cornfields, but I was wrong. The leaders in this town are visionaries. They do a fantastic job, and we wouldn't be standing up here in this position if they wouldn't have taken their time to teach this green, inexperienced rookie how to develop land. And I'll forever be grateful for those city councils. And I don't think it's just a coincidence that Paul Vogel and Pat Henges, as my careers, have paralleled each other. I thank you guys for the opportunities you've given us to help create, help develop, and that's really what it's all about. I need to thank our business partners in here too. I've made it a point to partner up with people, JB and Bubba and the Weichert people. We like partnering with people, we enjoy doing that. It serves us well and it serves them well, and it gives chance for expansion and chance for people to develop within our companies to take a greater spot. One of our most important business partners from the beginning has been Pioneer Bank, and I understand that Denise nominated us for this, and Denise, you are not allowed to retire as long as we're in business yet, so just keep that in mind. But I understand that she nominated, and when they called me, I called Julie up right away. And I said to Julie, I said, well, they're putting us in the Hall of Fame here for Mankato. And Julie's response to that was, what in the hell did they do that for? But, oops. I say that, though, to show that so that stole a little bit of the thunder here. I say that because it is a family business. It's well rooted, and Julie is the epitome of what we do. We're unassuming. We come into work every day. We love to work. We love it that our friends are our business partners. We love it that our friends are our contractors. We thank all of you for that. And my business started with Julie and I hand in hand, and it continues that way. And thank you, Julie, very much for all you've done. Just so you all understand what Julie thinks of me. The whole tree thing, we did talk about doing that, and then, you know, they got up here and they opened up with the tree thing and they stole it. You know, this company has got a bunch of branches. Every once in a while we have to prune a branch out. It's got a bunch of branches. And so we're saying, well, Heartland is one branch and the Stadium Heights is another branch in the construction, and Julie looks at me and she says, well, that makes you the fertilizer, right? So thank you very much for honoring us, honoring the companies, and honoring our family. Thank you.
Our second and final Greater Mankato Business Hall of Fame inductee this evening is Lidstrom Commercial Realtors, who have played an integral role in the growth of our community. You can check out this video and see the impact Lidstrom has had on Greater Mankato.
Nothing happens happens until someone sells something. The origination of this business truism has been attributed to a host of successful people. And it definitely applies to the commercial realtor, Tim Lidstrom.
I think being a good salesman is one of the most important things in my business. It's something that helps a great deal, also to have a great deal of passion, which we do. I just love getting deals done for my clients. I just love it. It's the reason that they hire us. It is the reason that we come to work every day.
Lidstrom began his real estate career in 1979 as a residential agent, but in a short time found his passion was for commercial real estate. And after specializing in commercial real estate for more than a decade, he established Lidstrom Commercial Realtors in 1999. Tim, along with real estate agents Carla Olson and Dan Robinson, provides the greater Mankato area with expertise in the buying, selling, leasing, development, and investment of all sectors of commercial real estate, including land and industrial, retail, office, and multi-housing. As the greater Mankato region has continued to grow, so have opportunities for Lidstrom Commercial Realtors.
When I started in commercial real estate in the mid-'80s, basically the east part of Mankato was farm fields, and it was a very difficult thing to try to convince retailers from outside our area, regional, national retailers to come to Mankato and share in the vision of a growing, prospering community. That all changed when General Growth came into the marketplace and researched the area, looked at a lot of different possibilities, and settled on the area that they currently are in. In the last 20-some years, we have had 2.5 million square feet of retail in our area. Consequently, our industrial base has grown since that same time period, upwards to 2 million square feet itself.
Lidstrom's formula for success is simple. A sold sign means a job well done. A satisfied seller provides an opportunity for repeat business. A repeat client may lead to a referral. These real estate transactions are either from an existing business or a new entity coming into the region, which more often than not spells job creation, resulting in economic opportunity for the region.
We're blessed with a diverse economy here, with a very strong agricultural and manufacturing base. The retail that I've spoken about before, obviously we have great higher educational facilities here and have medical campuses that are second to none. The years that Walmart researching this marketplace and looking not only at us, but 10, if not hundreds of other communities within 4 states, and selecting Mankato not only for its road systems and all of the infrastructure that a company like that needs, but the livability factors.
Lidstrom Commercial Realtors has contributed significantly to the rise of Greater Mankato into a thriving regional center.
Lidstrom Commercial Realtors would not be in existence without all the wonderful clients that we've really been able to help over the years and foster really good relationships with, that some of them continue to be today. I want to thank them, as Carla and Dan would want to thank them. It's been a pleasure serving you. Hopefully we'll be around for a long period of time to help you with your future needs. Please refer us to anybody that you feel we could be of help to.
For helping shape the growth of Greater Mankato for more than 30 years, Lidstrom Commercial Realtors is being inducted into the Greater Mankato Business Hall of Fame.
And please welcome to the stage, Tim Lidstrom.
Good evening. And I would like to congratulate the first nominees, Mike and Julie Drummer, and to all the other recipients as well. And I'm honored to be in the company of the past recipients of the award since 1987. Let me get this straight here. I want to begin by thanking GMG Nominating Committee for selecting lists from commercial realtors. I also want to thank Jonathan Zier, Liz Sharp, and the entire staff of GMG for putting together this evening's program. Please let's give them all a big hand. Now I want to thank all of you for coming to the event this evening and waiting patiently for the last inductee. Me. There are two things that I'm well practiced and well suited for. Waiting patiently and coming in last. So how'd you do at the ceremony, Tim? I came in last, but waited patiently. Well, my patience is yours, is waning, so I'll take a few say a few words about why LCR might have been nominated and better yet selected for this award. I believe it's due in small part that we played with the expansion of retail experiences and industrial base in the area and the job opportunities that follow. If you enjoy shopping at Home Depot, Lowe's, the expanded Menards, CVS, the Dollar Tree stores, or enjoy the convenience that all of the Quick Trip stores afford you in Mankato, then it's a job well done. We are proud to have played a small role in the new location of the MnDOT facility, the Armory, the Water Tower, new fire stations, Imperial Plastics, Johnson Outdoor, and the Walmart Distribution Center, to name a few. I'm particularly proud of assisting Jeff Thom in 1987 with his initial real estate needs for All American Foods, which we all know has become an international success. We trust that all the employers will continue to prosper in our area and the employment remain stable and hopefully grow over time. To wrap this up, it's time to say a few thank yous, because without the support, talent, and efforts of a multitude of professionals, we'd not be receiving this award tonight. The surveyors, engineers, architects, contractors, attorneys, yes, they are a valuable resource, city officials and staff, and of course, all the property owners we've been fortunate enough to work with, all have been a major key to our success, and we thank them all. I also want to thank commercial real estate icons who have paved the way. Some who are no longer with us, like Glenn Gary, Jack Hunsinger, Bernie Brennan, Bill and Paul Radical. And to one who's still with us, but is trying like hell to use up his 9 lives, Kurt Fisher. Now to our crew. John Mirberry, who brought a fresh youthful experience to our office. To Dan Robinson, who brought a world of experience with him and a variety of talents. We just haven't figured out how to use them all yet. And now to Carla, who Dan says runs the place, no argument for me. Carla and her organizational skills and perspective have been key to the successful Lindstrom Commercial Realtors. Could not have done it without her, without a doubt. I want to give a shout out to my dad, the Swede, for installing me in the love of the sales game, honesty, and the importance of being on time. Right, Bradley? And to my almost 92-year-old mother, for always has been there for me. To my lovely daughter, Nicole, who was an inspiration to me every day. To my wife, to Nancy, my wife of 33 years, who finally said yes after numerous attempts, and has always been supportive, and whose business sense led me from the bar business to working full-time in commercial real estate. Please stand, if you would, and let's give them all a hand. In closing, John, Dan, Carl, and I are extremely proud to be entered into the Greater Mankato Growth Business Hall of Fame. Thank you and good night.
By the way, I do want to mention the narration on the videos was done by Lisa Kay from Radio Mankato's Minnesota 93. Well, thank you, Tim. Congratulations to all of this year's deserving award recipients. You know, when anyone is recognized in our marketplace by a business organization or with an industry honor, it elevates our entire marketplace. So remember, it's important that we continue to nominate businesses, organizations, and individuals in our marketplace for awards. Applications are being accepted until Monday for the Martin Luther King Pathfinder Awards, and the YWCA is currently accepting nominations for their Women of Distinction Awards. You can see some of the available award opportunities by going to the website on the screen, greatermankato.com/award-opportunities. And Greater Mankato is updating this site with award chances for not only around this region, but also nationally.
Well, again, on behalf of Greater Mankato Growth, Visit Mankato, the City Center Partnership, and everyone here, I want to thank you to our event sponsors, United Prairie Bank, Voyager Bank, and Wells Fargo Bank. Our dinner sponsor, Brunton Architects and Engineers. Our video sponsor, KEYC Channel 12. And, of course, tonight's presenting sponsor, Charter Business. As I mentioned, recipients, if you'd like to have some individual or group photos taken with some of those who are here with you tonight, please feel free to revisit Quality 1 Hour Photo set up to my left, your right. And thank you to Quality 1 Hour Photo for documenting this at so many events for our organizations over the years. Appreciate that. And finally, I want to remind GMG members about tomorrow morning's Business Before Hours at J. Long's for Men up on the hilltop. And please give another round of applause to this year's recipients. And before I let you go, I just want you to know that Lisa is not wearing 9-inch stiletto heels. It's why on radio nobody knew she was taller than me. But I'm vertically challenged. Anyway, I was going to use a little extra lift, but it didn't work out. Thank you all for coming tonight. And please drive safely home. Good night.